1 minute until showtime.
Yay! Yeah, a little light, a little light. One more time, a little bit more oomph to it, okay? Ah, that's better. Thank you, thank you.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, from the world's most famous beach, from where beach racing began, it's the Legends of Racing radio show. Live from racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill in Ponce Inlet, Florida. The Legends of Racing radio show. And your host, Buzz McKim.
Hey!
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we're here with Rich Combs. How you doing, Rich?
Oh, I'm having a wonderful day. Can you believe this audience? Look at
it's
this.
fantastic.
Can you believe the weather?
It's good.
Beautiful.
Best combination.
Can you believe this resident? I'm at this restaurant. Oh,
Absolutely.
wow.
First day of bike week.
And it's bike week.
Yeah, that's right. And speaking of bikes, we have a guy here that looks like he might be riding a motorcycle here a time or two. Mr. Doug Danger, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Would you call yourself a protege to Evel Knievel?
I'm a follower, and things have gone so far since Evel Knievel. Curved ramps, long suspension motorcycles. I don't know if you call that a protege. We followed in the steps of him, so I guess that would be it.
But he's the guy who really got you going, though, right?
Absolutely. I was out at Caesar's Palace when Evel Knievel jumped there and missed horribly.
Really?
I was only 5 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
On my father's shoulders, and I watched him go tumbling across the asphalt. And this old lady comes up to me and she says, she came with my father, says, "Get that kid out of here. That's nothing for him to see." My father put me down on the ground. He says, "You okay, Doug?" I says, "Yeah. You know what? I think I could have made that jump." I wasn't even riding bicycles yet, but later on down the road, I've jumped a lot farther. And I tried to get into Do Caesar's Palace, but my last name wasn't Knievel. And
okay.
Robbie Knievel ended up
I
getting
got you.
it.
When was your first jump? You must have been just a little kid, right?
Well, I started on bicycles, and we jumped out to like 4 cars on bicycles. And
Really?
Yeah, when my stepfather bought me a motorcycle, and I started thinking I got to change over to this, and then my high school built my first set of ramps. I worked at a vocational school.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I don't think they do that today because of
Probably
liability.
not.
But
Yeah.
they built my first set of ramps, and in Palmer, Massachusetts, out in this old dune we used to call it the junkyard because at one time it was a junkyard. It turned into an airport. So I had a big, long runway and everything. And I jumped 10 cars there with my first set of ramps and learned an awful lot of problems with the first ramps because I crashed and I ended up waking up in the hospital.
Oh, my gosh.
So we built a new set of ramps and carried on from there and learned that there's a lot of
Amazing.
technology goes into jumping motorcycles.
I would say so. A lot of engineering, huh?
Yeah, everybody thinks it's just having a lot of guts, and I do that. It's like, yeah, you'll do it, but you won't land
Yeah.
it.
Could you pull your microphone up a little bit?
Oh,
Yeah, more. Closer to you.
tilts it like this.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
That's much better.
All right. But anyways, Evel Knievel said this a long time ago. It was pretty funny. He said, anybody can jump a motorcycle. He says when it comes to landing it is when you start getting professionals.
Yeah, you want to make sure the landing works out okay too, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now, the first time you wiped out, did you ever say, maybe this isn't for me?
Absolutely. I had jumped bicycles and crashed and always laughed about it. Got up a couple of scratches here and there. And when I crashed the motorcycle and I woke up waking up in the hospital, I started thinking this isn't going to be, this is really dangerous. I didn't understand how bad it was getting that badly hurt.
Yeah.
And then my brother came up to me on Thursday later that week, and he goes, "You got to see this." I'm, "Well, what's that?" He goes, "Look at this. You made the front page of the Palmer Journal." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm keep it jumping. Yeah, this is it, you know."
And you were hooked.
That was it. That was it. Palmer Journal. It's all your fault.
You know, Buzz, before we go any further, I don't think we've ever had a guest that brings his own rabbit foot with him.
Yeah, really. That's
Does it
amazing.
work?
I think so, because since I've been wearing it, you know, Evel Knievel used to wear one. And when I did the jump on Evel Knievel's personal jump bike, they wanted me to build a suit exactly like Evel's.
Sure.
So Vance and Leathers came out and built, this is an exact replica. The only thing different is the DD on the belt buckle instead of EK. And I saw that Evel wore the good luck charm. And I jumped Evel's bike even farther than he ever jumped it.
I'll be darned.
And I'm not trying to say I beat his record. This was a 22-car jump that Evel Knievel missed. And I went out and finished the jump for both of us. And now Evel Knievel and I both have the world record together. That's the way I look at it. And
Oh, that's awesome.
so that thing must have worked a little bit.
I'm going to go out and get me one today. If that's what it takes to do 22 cars, I need a rabbit.
That was on a Harley Davidson, a 72. So there's no suspension there. And Evel had sold all the high-performance parts off the bike. So it wasn't very fast either. I had to be doing 80 miles an hour. And when we went to go do the jump, I went back as far as I could go, and I wasn't getting the speed up. I was only getting up to like 78 miles an hour, and I thought I was a dead man. I came down, gave the thumbs up to the crowd and everything, and I just sat there. I says, "God, I think I'm coming to you." We went back to the back of the starting point, and I looked back, and around a corner there was a road, but the place was so packed. It was 35,000 people there.
Oh, man.
There was people all over there, and I motioned to one of the security guys. I says, "I need that runway clear to people."
Oh, yeah.
And they went over, and the people got out. They were so kind. Everybody got out of the way. I went back. I did my cross just before I went. Some guy comes up. He says, "Go get him, Doug. Go get him." I says, "Leave me alone right now. Leave me alone right now." Well, we took off, and I looked down at that speedometer just before I hit the takeoff ramp, and it was 79 miles an hour. I just held the throttle on wide open. And we landed about 40 feet down the landing ramp. So, you know, between this, the good man upstairs, and a lot of luck, we landed that Harley on the other side.
So you'd looked at Evel's attempt on that same thing, right?
Yes.
What was the difference between what you did and what he did?
Speed.
Aerodynamics, maybe?
Speed.
It was speed?
Speed. Yeah, speed. And back in them days, they didn't know how to tap the brake in the air. Once you start getting past 20 cars, you got to know how to fly the motorcycle. It's no longer jumping. You don't smack off a ramp and hang on and hope it lands good. When you get out past 20 cars, when the front end starts to come up, you have to tap the rear brake in the air, and the centrifugal force of the tire turning brings that front end back down.
I'll be darned.
You get out sideways, you hit the gas, and it starts to pull the bike back. And if the front end goes down, you gas it real hard in the air, and trying to turn that tire, it brings the front end back up again. And flew that bike absolutely beautiful on that jump. I nosed it down just a little bit, and about 20 feet before the landing, held it wide open. When you got the throttle wide open when you land, the bike's trying to do a wheelie when you land. Yeah. So that front tire comes down a lot easier. You can't jump very far with those Harleys if you don't jump like that. I watch a lot of people, they jump 10 cars, and they're like, "I'm going for the world record." It's like, you better learn how to jump.
So there's a heck of a lot going on that 2 or 3 second jump then, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's like I say, it's not just smacking that takeoff ramp and hanging on and hoping you land okay, because it doesn't do that by itself.
Wow, a lot of physics involved.
Well, I guess you can call it physics. I never took that in high school, but I think it's a lot of practice, a lot of understanding. It's, I'm doing speeches in high school right now, and I talk about when things go wrong. You can't sit here and point to other people and blame everybody else. You got to take responsibility for what's happened, analyze the situation, and figure out how to correct it. And if you're doing something wrong, then you need to fix it. And you don't blame somebody else, because if you do, it never gets better, and you're stuck in a rut, and that's where you're going to be the rest of your life.
Yeah.
These kids can change their life completely by analyzing a situation, diagnosing it, figuring out the problem, and if it's you, then you got to change.
Yeah.
And with motorcycle jumping, it's a really tough way to learn, because when you make a mistake, you better learn what you did wrong, because if you do it twice, you're probably not going to be around for a third time.
Yeah, really. Well, how's your health now?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm a lucky stage 4 cancer survivor.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
I was given 3 to 6 months to live, and I did
Holy
experimental
cow.
chemo.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you what, I think a lot of it is up here. I have great doctors and everything, but, you know, when they told me I had 3 to 6 months left, my wife and I went to a church in Munson, Massachusetts, and we got down on our knees, and I cried for an hour and a half, and I prayed, and God answered my prayers. I'm still here.
Yeah.
You know, very fortunate. I have no cancer right now.
That's awesome.
You know,
What a great story.
I think God wanted me around here to talk to these kids about helping them make their lives better, and that's why I do the speeches now in the high schools. And
Yeah.
you know, elementary school is usually the best place to catch them, because when I do my drug talk to the kids in that age group, I tell them a real story about losing my best friend. He died the year we graduated from high school. And I had this little girl come up to me in 6th grade and said, "You scared the ever-living crap out of me."
Oh, really?
She says, "I will never try drugs." And that was the greatest thing I could ever heard.
Oh, man.
It was, you know, you reach them at that point, and it gets developed into them how bad drugs are and how terrible they are. And, you know, I'm doing one in high school coming up, and like I said, you have to get these kids to take responsibility for their actions.
Yeah.
I think that's the bottom line, really. You know, as they start to get a little older, they're becoming adults. You have responsibilities at that point.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get a lot of new freedoms. You're able to go out and drive a car. A car is a 2,000-pound weapon that can kill people, lots of people. And you have to take the responsibility along with it. And, you know, these kids are starting to listen to some of the things that I've been saying.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm just here trying to make the world a little better place.
Uh-huh. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, do you have any proteges that are coming along, the folks that are looking to you for role model?
There's a lot of people that kind of amaze me. There's a whole bunch of guys that are into the new freestyle stuff and everything. I went out to do a TV show. It was called Evil Live 2. Travis Pastrana was there. He's the one who got me in it. These guys that I've been looking up to because they're new stars in the freestyle tapes and stuff. I'm walking across the runway where they were going to do a jump. I got all these kids that I've been looking up to thinking they're so great. They're running up, "Oh, can I get a picture with you, man? You're my hero." I'm just like, really? Wow, that's great. Travis Pastrana said that. He comes.
Whoa,
I was
really?
at his house to film the thing, and I said, "Travis around?"
Oh,
And
that's cool.
they said, "No, he'll be back shortly. He's training right now." He comes right in and throws the bicycle. He goes, "I can't believe you're here. I can't believe you're here. I'm calling my dad." Called his father. He goes, "You're not going to believe who's here." He says, "Who's that?" "Doug Danger, Doug Danger." He goes, "That old guy, he's not dead yet?" But
Oh, that's great. Well,
it's great that, you know, that we've done something in life here that created a following and it created a sport. Evel Knievel started it, and we're just continuing it.
Yeah. Yep. Now, how close were you to Knievel? Were you guys pretty good friends?
Yeah, my brother-in-law was a little closer. I met him a couple times, and then as he started to realize that I wasn't somebody there that was trying to get something out of him or take something, you know, any of his personal stuff or anything, he gets, you know, everywhere he goes, everybody wants something from him. And once he saw I was there to try to help him and make things easier for him everywhere he went, we became pretty good friends. And the last Evil days that they did with Evel Knievel, I was standing outside and I had gotten there late and hadn't gotten a ticket to get in. And Evil got out of the car. He was the Grand Marshal. And he got out of the car and he comes over and goes, "Where are you sitting, Doug?" I says, "Oh, I got here late. I didn't get a ticket." And he turns around, Bill Rundle. "But Bill, get Dougie a seat. Get Dougie a seat." And I was just like, "Oh, man, all right."
That's awesome.
So we went up and he gave a speech. You wouldn't have even believed it. You know, that guy had a way of talking whenever he got in front of people. He got up. Now, remember, he had oxygen on. He was dying from I believe it was pulmonary fibrosis.
Really?
And he could hardly speak. And he got up and he got the microphone and everybody shut right up.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to go to a place where we're all going to go someday. And you have no idea how much I'm looking forward to this trip."
Wow.
He says, "I've lived my life. I gave everything I could. And now I'm ready to go." And we all just stood there with our mouth open. It's like, "You're a superhero. You can't die."
Yeah, really.
And a couple months later in November, he died. And it was a day that changed my life, you know.
Isn't that something? So he had no fear whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
With that being said, there's no chitter-chatter. There's no conversations. Everybody's listening. Isn't that what you just said? They're listening to you. They want to hear what you have to say.
Well, it's, you know, like he says, he made his peace with the Lord. You know, Evil had done a lot of things wrong in his life. He used to go to press conferences and brag about sleeping with over 300 women, and he was married.
That rascal.
And then just before he died, he says, "You know something?" He says, "As you get older, you start to learn things." You know, he says, "I slept with all these women. I bragged about it." He says, "And I realized now I had the most beautiful wife in the world. She was the greatest person. She stayed by my side. She loved me. She took care of me. And I could have been giving my love to that woman." He says, "If I did it all over again, I guarantee you," he says, "there wouldn't be any of these floozies on the side." So he learned a lot through life, and he had a lot of good messages.
Yep. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Doug Danger, everybody.
Hey!
The caution flag is out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing radio show. At Beach Boys Embroidery and Tees, it's all about making you happy. Beach Boys Embroidery can customize your athletic golf apparel, caps, hats, badges, buttons, magnets, backpacks, bags, totes, clocks, watches, and of course, T-shirts. Sure, they're at 2033 South Ridgewood Avenue in South Daytona, and they're waiting for you to call now. 386-255-5880. Beach Boys Embroidery and Tees. Let Aloha Marine get you on the water with huge discounts on great brands like Bayliner, Carolina Skiff, Hurricane, Key West, and Regal. Pay as little as $169 a month with 10% down and approved credit. Don't wait. Get to Aloha Marine, 1700 North Nova Road, Holly Hill, Monday through Saturday. 47 years and always better than boat show prices. We're back from where it all began, racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing radio show continues with your host, Buzz McKim.
Hey! Boy. Thank you very much, folks. We really appreciate that. And Rich Combs is here with us. And we're here with Doug Danger. And we thank everybody out there for tuning in. We hope we're entertaining you and that we're kind of putting a little spark in your day, if we will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Buzz, I got to ask you one thing.
What's that?
Is there a better place to go during Bike Week than this North Turn?
No, this is the best.
This is the greatest, man. Look at this. You got
Hey.
the beach right here, beautiful sunshine.
Yeah.
Great people here, nothing but this is wonderful. Come down, get some seafood, come on down. This is a great place.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that those poor folks up north are freezing to death.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting another blizzard, I heard.
Yeah.
Buzz, I think
Yep.
we should take this moment to recognize Mom Danger.
Mom Danger.
Mom
There's Mom
Danger's
right
here.
there. Hey, Mom.
That's my
She's
mom.
been-
She's 87 years old. She's still riding her big Harley. It's like people wonder where I got the crazy stuff from. It's right there.
I want you to look at her shirt. I thought we had, some big Hollywood celebrity in it. She's
Very cool. Very cool.
I'll tell you something. When I had my horrible accident, when I was in a coma for a month, and I was growing up all over again, learning everything all over again, my ex-wife told me if I jumped again that she was leaving and taking the baby and taking everything with her. And I called up my mother in tears one day, and I said, "Mom, I can't take it anymore." I says, I don't think I want to be here no more. She goes, don't talk like that. She says, do me a favor. I said, what's that? She says, your ramp's still down at Thompson Speedway? I says, yeah. She says, go down and set those ramps up, she says, and try and see if you can do it again. You're Doug Danger. That's who you're going to live by. That's who you're going to die by. She says, get out there and become who you are again. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
The funny part about that one was, I says, my wife said that she would leave me if I went to jumping again. And she goes, well, tell her not to let the door hit her in the ass on the way out. So I'm like the mentality of a 8 or 9-year-old, and I go up and I told my wife I'm going down to set my ramps up. She says, I told you I'd leave you. I says, yeah, and my mother said not to let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. She's hated my mother ever since.
Good for Bob. And the number one fan right there. Hey, there's some really cool Doug stuff here on the table, and his book, his biography is fantastic. And his special rate today, right, for anyone who wants to buy a book?
Yeah, we normally charge $20 for them. Everything on the table today, the posters and everything, are normally $20. We're doing them today for $10.
A heck of a deal.
And what you see for books there is all I have. I ordered 10,000 books, and this is what I've got left. So we're gonna have to run another order, but ordering them right now might take a little bit of time. But come on over and grab a book. We'll be autographing the books for you. It's got the story about having stage 4 cancer and what I went through. And it also has the story about my coma when I woke up coming out of that like a baby in the hospital and how I had to grow up all over again. And
oh, my God.
6-7 years it took to start being able to function properly again. But it's a great story. It has super highs of setting world records and super lows of missing jumps. And, you know, I had a contract signed with Robbie Knievel for a jump off on pay-per-view.
Really?
I had 5 jumps left to do, and they were just little ones, 10, 11 cars. I did the first one at Star Speedway, and the next day I went to Hudson Speedway in Hudson, New Hampshire, and the track's small. I hadn't jumped there in a little while, and my promoter kept saying, you got to jump 11 cars. You always do 10 cars. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. So I moved out to 11 cars and realized there was not enough room there. And I got sideways in the air, and I hit. It's on the video over here. You'll see it. But I went up over, and so I hit sideways. I got tossed up onto the handlebars, and I started to go down. I put my hands out to hit the ground, and the top of the cement wall hit me right here.
Oh, Lord.
And I was doing about 55 miles an hour, and it broke my skull from here all the way back to here, and that's when I was in the coma for a month. So I lost out on my $250,000 payday jumping against Robbie Knievel.
Son of a gun.
And I know I would have won because I was, at that time, I just set the world record. I was the best in the world. And then I had to learn it all over again. I never got quite back, not quite as good, but I got back pretty good.
Yeah, you did good. Hey, is Robbie still with us?
No, we lost Robbie a couple of years ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he died of a heart attack.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was the Knievels, you either get along with them or you don't. And you know right away if they like you or they don't because they'll let you know. Robbie was a good friend of mine. His daughter, Kristen, is a good friend of mine. And, I really miss Robbie. I really miss Evil. That was a different era in my life where I had people that I could watch and look up to and everything. And, now I feel like I'm kind of the guy to do that, but now I've retired from jumping. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but you're still kind of carrying the flag, though, for that whole genre.
Yeah, it's I still have that one jump I talked with you the last time I was here about it.
Right.
If somebody comes up with the right money, we want to jump Evil Knievel's motorcycle again over 15 tractor trailers for the tractor trailer
Oh,
record.
man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So the bike is still here.
it's in Topeka, Kansas. They're moving the museum out to Las Vegas. It's going to
really?
open sometime this year.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, my good friend Latham McKay, he's been putting that thing together. He made an unbelievable museum in Topeka, Kansas. They got the big red tractor trailer that Evil Knievel had, all his gold and
Holy cow.
canes and everything else. It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's
You ever
amazing.
get a chance to get out there, see it. But like I say, right now they're moving it to Las Vegas. It'll be opening up probably by the end of the year.
Going to be there for the opening?
I believe they asked me to come out a while ago, but it's been on hold. I don't know what's going on. They're taking their time putting it together. It's really big. That's why it's taking so long.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I plan on being there.
Yeah. Now, last time you were here, if I'm not mistaken, you were planning a big jump. And then was it when you got hurt at Hudson? Wasn't there a big jump that you had coming up?
I think the last one that I did was for a TV show. I did it up in Daytona, north of Daytona here. Yeah, that one was successful. Everything was good with that one. Yeah.
Yep. So no more jumping.
Unless
the green's there, right?
I'm starting to hurt a little.
Are you really?
and I find out that it's harder to get up in the morning now. And when I fall, like if I just fall down, I break ribs. So
oh Lord,
I know that if I miss a jump, it's going to be really bad. And you know what? I think I've had enough pain in my life. We're going to do speaking, try to help children improve their lives.
Yep.
And just keep moving forward in that sense.
Well, that's awesome. Well, your story is such an amazing tale of resilience and faith. That's a big plus, too, and how you can help the kids. And, boy, do they need help.
Well, I'll tell you, the biggest thing in life, and, again, it's good to have heroes. When I was a kid, Evel Knievel says you're never a loser unless you fail to get up, dust yourself off, and try again.
There you go. Okay.
And I try to instill that in the children today. Because, like, I've had several crashes. They said I would never walk again after my crash when I was in the coma. I had 17 broken bones along with it.
Oh, boy.
And once my mother told me to get down there and start practicing again, the first jump I did, I came off that ramp, and it was only about 20 feet apart. You know, the ramps were only 20 feet apart. And I was scared to death. And, I mean... my wrist was broke so bad, it hardly moved. It was weak as heck. I'd been in the coma. My muscles were all wiped out. And I went down and I said, the heck with it. And I went and I did that jump. And when I landed that adrenaline that went through my head and my body was, you just can't replace that with anything. And my eyes woke up and I immediately said, this is where I belong. This is where I should go. My mother, like always, she's always right. Every time I can argue with her, it doesn't matter. Every time she's right.
Yeah, your moms usually are right, aren't they?
Oh man, I'll tell you. Listen to your mother.
We've got her book for next week. She's on the show.
Yeah. Come on over here, Mom. We're gonna have a good time.
Everybody want to see Mom next week? Hey!
Yeah, that's great. Now, did you say you're gonna have the book reprinted?
Yeah, we're gonna have another run of 10,000.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, it was
that's fantastic.
Pretty amazing how many books we've sold. It's, we've. I never thought there'd be a book about me, and then my cousin, who became an author, started writing. I says, look, the only way I want a book written is if it's done right. I said, I want it done just like Evel Knievel's old book. The way they described his Caesar's Palace crash was, he watched as the daredevil and his two-wheeled partner did a dance of destruction.
Ooh.
And I'm like, this is how I want my book. And he goes, that's how I was going to do it. I'm like, you're the man.
That's great. Oh, man.
Well, I'm going to ask the question that probably every man in the audience wants to hear. Have you kept up with how many broken bones you've had? You got a number on that?
Well, I had an accident last year on my road bike.
Really?
And I didn't count those. But before that, it was 59 broken bones.
Holy cow. Oh, man. I bet you remember every one of them, too, don't you?
Yeah. It's, the funny thing was, I said to a kid one time, I used to be like Evel Knievel and brag about how many broken bones I had. And I was in the school doing a speech, and some kid says, how many broken bones you had? And I went, 59. He looks at me and goes, you ain't very good, are you? I says, I says, I've jumped a lot longer and a lot farther than Evel Knievel, so don't be saying that, kid. Get out of here. No poster for you.
So who's the hot dog jumping now?
Well, Travis Pastrana is still out there.
Uh-huh.
It's funny because it fades away a little bit here and there. There's a guy, Ramos, I think his name is. He just did a 250-foot jump ramp to ramp.
Jeez.
And then did a quarter pipe jump, and he went almost 100 feet in the air, turned it in the air, and brought it back down. So, I haven't met that guy yet. I might have met him sometime in some of the TV shows we've done, but back then he hadn't done anything, so I didn't know him. But he seems to be the new hot dog right now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he looks like he's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back with Doug Danger and more stories, everybody.
Hey!
The caution flag is out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing radio show. Racing's original North Turn is our broadcast headquarters. If you're looking for a good drink, great entertainment, and the best in food, they're right on the beach at Racing's original North Turn. Come on down to dinner tonight. Here are a couple of testimonials. These are actual testimonials from people who have enjoyed the North Turn. Been there many times, always great food and drinks, great location on the beach. And another, what a great experience. It's my new favorite restaurant in the Daytona Beach area, Racing's original North Turn on South Atlantic Avenue. That's A1A in Ponce Inlet, about 3.2 miles south of the Dunlawton Bridge and A1A intersection. It's Racing's original North Turn, a restaurant, museum, bar, gift shop, live music. That's Racing's North Turn. Racing's original North Turn has been voted by you Best Beach Bar Top 10 year after year after year. We're back from where it all began. Racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing radio show continues with your host, Buzz McKim.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Me and Rich Combs are here holding court. And this segment's being brought to you locally by Daytona Flea and Farmers Market, voted one of the top 5 markets in the country by USA Weekend. Visit our Shop Now Network and our Shop Now at Daytona Flea and Farmers Market Facebook page for the latest in vendor tours. And also brought to you by Staples and International Speedway Boulevard. Anything for the office, they can definitely hook you up. And it's Tony time. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Welcome back, Doug.
Hey, thank you.
It's been
Thank you.
fun so far. I have 2 questions.
Okay.
When you talk to the kids in school, do you also tell them that you're using math and geometry and what you do?
Yeah, I explained to them that, like I said to all of you, this isn't just smacking a ramp and hoping and hanging on that you're going to make it. Everything I do is it's pretty calculated. I'm still a daredevil if the wind is blowing, or like when I did that world record jump on Evel Knievel's motorcycle. You signed a very expensive contract, TV contracts, and even in the rain, you go. Wind, rain, no matter what. So it's not all, something that's magic that's just going to happen. I'm a daredevil. I take risks, and it's great. Like being responsible for things. It's great rewards when you make it. There's awful penalties when you don't. So you do your homework, and that's what school is all about, is learning how to do homework, figure stuff out, and practice and make it so you're ready to go. On jump day, I'm ready to go.
How do you modify your motorcycle for jumping?
Well, my Honda CR500 that I have is highly modified. Evel Knievel's bike, I was not allowed to touch it because it's a piece of history. So I had to jump. The only thing they did was the shocks were completely blown in the back, so they put a new set of shocks on, but it didn't do much for it. With the CR500, we stiffen the suspension a lot. We slow down the valving in the shock so that it's much slower compression. They did a lot of modifications to the engine. They bored it. They ported the cylinder, different pipe, different reed valves. But the most important thing that I think people don't realize is the gearing changes. We changed 5th gear in the tranny, so it was 5% higher. When I shift from 4th to 5th, normally, you hear the bikes go along, ween, ween, ween. So it's very close. When I go from 4th to 5th, my bike goes along, ween, 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 because it's trying to pull that higher gearing. Plus my sprockets, I went from a 51 tooth rear sprocket down to a 40 and 2 teeth bigger on the front. My dirt bike, a standard stock CR500, top speed is around 75, 80 miles an hour. They get there real quick. But my bike, I was clocked at 130 miles an hour on it.
Ooh.
I also have street tires on that bike.
Man, oh man, that's amazing. Now, knowing the, what would you say, Evel's bike was old and not a lot of technology to it and all that sort of thing, and you got keep that in mind all the time you're jumping, right? You have to know its limitations.
Yeah, see, a lot of people complain because I changed my ramp. It's not the same as Evil's. Evil used to have a straight plank. He'd hit the bottom, he'd bottom out, and he'd take air halfway up the ramp, and then he'd only skim off the top of it.
Yeah.
What I do is I make a nice curved ramp. And so that the compression, the bike is compressed all the way up the ramp, and my last 20 feet of it is straight. So just as I'm leaving the ramp, the bike is actually springing up. And I gain probably another 10, 15 feet out of the jump because of that.
Man,
Yeah.
man.
It's pretty technical how it works.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that somebody just did a big jump on a lot newer Harley Davidson out in Sturgis last year. And I'm like, man, he made that look so easy. And then one of my friends who was out there, he says, his takeoff ramp was 14 feet high. I'm like, my ramps are only 10. So, I mean, the bigger you go with the ramps, the faster you can hit them, the less of an angle.
Uh-huh.
So it's not quite an impact. But he did a great job with that jump. But I just sit there now at 64 years old saying, I could do that. My brain's still thinking I could do it. My body doesn't.
Really? Yeah, I think you were going to do a jump at Sturgis a few years ago, weren't you? Was
Well,
it
it's
going to be a jump coming up?
Well, no, I think I had. No, it's the Sturgis jumps bolted him. 2017 was the last year I was there.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah, I might have been. They were talking to me about
That's
it.
what it was.
Yeah, they were talking to me about it, and I had told them I'd given them a price and everything, and they ended up bringing in Willie Nelson or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Brought in,
But he doesn't
special-
jump very good.
No, he didn't. I don't think he cleared that one.
No, really not. Now, who designed your ramps? And do you have scientists and engineers and all that sort of thing working on that?
No, because they can figure out impacts and stuff like that, but until you've taken one of them, you know what you can take. It's
Right.
like my ramp was designed by me, but it was over the years, and the farther you go, you got to change your ramps.
Uh-huh.
And I've gotten to a point now where, when I did the 42 cars back in '91, I had the most beautiful ramp in the world. It was just, it was huge. I believe that one was 12 feet high.
Really?
And it was just a big, long takeoff ramp. And I hit that thing, but the impact was so hard on that one. These guys said there's people today that have jumped almost 400 feet.
Oh, my gosh.
So the ramps they're using are these gigantic things. And I look at it. I remember when I jumped over the big jumbo jet, I had to build a ramp that was 22 feet high to get over the plane.
Holy cow.
This was a 707, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
But my landing ramp was 20 feet high. My takeoff ramp was 22 feet high. And to save a couple of dollars, I don't know if you know what the safety ramp is. That's a flat spot that goes before the landing ramp. So if you hit it, you don't go under the landing ramp and get killed. I tried to save a couple of dollars, and my my landing ramp was 12 feet wide, and I went down to 8 feet wide for the safety ramp. And when I did the jump, I came up, and the wind blew me over this way here. And when I came down, I hit that far from the edge of that ramp.
Oh, Lord.
And if I would have gone 6 inches farther over this way, I would have gone underneath that landing ramp. I would have died.
Holy
So,
cow.
there's always people that I consider lucky people. They seem to go a long ways. There's people that, if it's 50-50 that you're going to make it, they're the ones that always seem to make it. And then there's the people that have bad luck all the time, and if it's 50-50, they just better not go. I'm one of those lucky guys. God has always been with me, protected me, and when it's been 50-50, I've always said, turn that throttle, let's get it done.
Wow, that's amazing. You had talked about Evil's wife a little while ago. Now, are you married?
Oh, yeah, I have an absolutely beautiful wife.
She must be something special.
To put up with me?
Yeah.
I've been married for like 12 years. It was funny when she actually asked me to marry her.
I'll be darned.
and I was like, you know what? I'll go for the ride as long as you want to go. And when you're ready to jump ship, just say the word. I'll understand. And, it's 12 years we've been married now, and it's better than it's ever been. She's a very special lady. She's still a teacher, but she's a dean of a school right now. And she has a lot of patience.
Yeah.
A lot of patience.
Not just with you.
Right. But she's so intelligent because she can take a terrible situation and turn it around and show the kid how a good thing can come out of this. And rather than sit there and scream and holler and yell and suspend them, she'll walk them through how they should have handled it and see if it happens again. If it happens again, then you're going. But she's brilliant. She's just a beautiful, brilliant person.
Boy, isn't that great, huh? Yeah.
A great story. Everybody's still quiet. You're all listening. Let me do a little promotion here. He's selling books, folks, and this is it. I think you'd like to have it. Jennifer's waving hers.
Yeah.
I see it. And I saw, the funny thing is, I saw him sign off on that. He says, safe landings, and signs his name.
Happy landings.
Happy landings.
Landings. Yeah. I stole that from Evil Knievel.
I'm going to steal that. I'm going to use that.
I just figured he's not here anymore. Somebody's got to keep it going.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey,
if you get an email from me, it's going to say, happy landings, Rich.
Going to take another quick break. We'll be right back with Doug.
The caution flag is out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing radio show. Daytona Flea and Farmers Market is still the one for great savings and the best variety. Whether you need flowers and trees for your home or you're looking for great prices on Daytona Beach souvenirs, the market is the place to go. The market features 1,000 booths, 2 air-conditioned malls, a restaurant, and 9 snack shacks. Hops Grill features gourmet burgers and garden blend salads. Treat yourself to a great variety of brat and hot dog creations at the Dog House, or enjoy a refreshing drink at the Seltzer Oasis. The market is open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and is 90% undercover, so you can shop rain or shine. There's never a charge for parking or admission. Enjoy our monthly classic car cruise-in on the first Saturday of every month, and garage sale weekend, the third weekend of every month. See all we have to offer at DaytonaFleaMarket.com or like us on Facebook. Discover Daytona's most unique shopping experience, the Daytona Flea and Farmers Market, just a mile west of the Speedway. We're back from where it all began, racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing radio show continues with your host, Buzz McKim.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I know it's getting late, getting tired. All that lunch is sitting there, and you're getting kind of sleepy, so I don't expect you to clap every time. That's okay. But now Rich, he expects the clapping every time.
Yes.
Darn right. You're up here working hard.
Yeah, can I take a moment to sell something else?
Absolutely.
Promotion. This is one you have to have. That's a picture of Doug right there making the jump, and he says, that's not a Photoshop picture. That's pyrotechnics going off behind him.
Wow.
That's really where it's at.
Is that right?
I'm looking at it and I'm thinking,
got a little warm.
everybody should have one of the, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Doug Danger.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good
Wow.
stuff. Oh, that's amazing. So that was not photoshopped, huh?
No.
Yeah.
No. You know, there's one other thing I'd like to say, Buzz.
What's that?
I've got to say, every time I see any military people, I go up and I shake their hand, and I say thank you. They get that all the time, and I say, I'm going to tell you why this is not just the cool thing to do. That's not why I'm doing it. I say I live in the greatest country on the face of the earth. I was given the opportunity to take advantage of the freedom in this world today in America. I was able to accomplish my dream. My entire life has been a complete dream. If I wanted to live it over again, there's not a thing I would change. And it's because the veterans and all of our military people keep us safe. And they keep this country free. And I just want to say, here's to you, all you military people. We love you.
That's great.
Keep fighting for us, and we're behind you.
Oh, that's super. Yeah, great
That's
poster.
the man talking.
Yeah, there you go. Mr. Bill, you got a question for us, sir?
Sure. Hi, Doug. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Bill?
Doug, I'm an Agawam guy.
I jumped at Riverside Park.
I'm just wondering if you ever tried giving a thought to doing motocross at Southwick or something like that.
I sure did. I did my first jumps up in Massachusetts, and then I moved down to Florida into the Dade City area. And I had already been paid a decent amount of money to do some motorcycle jumps, and I went out to, I think it was Dade City Motocross Track. I entered my first race, and I went out in the first race. I had fallen, so I didn't qualify, so I had to go to last chance qualifier. When I went to the last chance qualifier, I went out, and I went into the first turn. I had the hole shot, and I slid out, and I got run over by every single guy that was in there. I jumped up, and I finished the race, and I actually finished second, which first, second, and third qualified for the feature. So then I went on to the feature. My bike was all broke up. My leathers, or not my leathers, my suit was all ripped up. I went back, and they handed, I ended up getting third place in the feature. They handed me a trophy that was about that big. And I went, I'm trying to decide here. Should I take a big pile of money, or should I take the little trophy? And I decided that it was much easier for me to do the motorcycle jumping.
How about that hill climb in Munson? Did you ever give that a try?
Yes, I absolutely did. And I got a funny story about that, quick story about that. I learned a lesson there. I kept looking at it going, it's, why don't I come up? They had a young child that was killed on a motorcycle. And I went up there to do a speech for all the crowd. And then they said, just take your bike, and wherever you stop, we'll call it, his number, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, I think it was 140. And they says, we'll just say this is 140. And, that you stopped, like you finished on the 140 mark, same number as the young child. So I went to go up, and I thought I was just going to go over the top, and they were just going to call it, well, he made 140 feet. And you're not going to just go over the top of the Munson Hill Climb without having a lot of special gear, a lot of special preparation, and great riding skills. I made it about 90 feet and then fell over, and then all the kids were coming up after, why are you such a big hero? He didn't go as far as I did. I did hill climbing a long time ago. Before that, I did fairly well with it, though.
Well, that's great to hear. My last question, you have sponsors that would come along?
Yes.
Like car racers have sponsors.
You know what?
Help along the way?
All these sports do not exist without sponsors. This beautiful suit that I have is from Vance and Leathers. They're out of Massachusetts. And the one thing that I can tell you is I've watched other people use some of these other leathers. They're not as thick. If you go down at 100 miles an hour, when you get up, you still got scabs and everything because they wore through. If you come over and get a poster or a book, you come over and feel my leathers, how thick they are. These are the greatest set of leathers. And, I mean, look how beautiful this set is that they made for me. This was an exact replica Evel Knievel suit. And they've been with me since 1980.
Wow.
They never left my side. Even when I had the bad crash and they didn't think I was ever going to jump again, they whatever you need, just let us know. And the other one that helped me was Spectral Oil. They're an old oil, 2-stroke oil. Fantastic oil, man. Use them.
Well, listen, it's great to have you here. And I'm sure Buzz and Rich would love to have you come back. And thanks for being a Massachusetts guy.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm a Florida guy now, but Massachusetts.
Well, I am too.
I grew up in a great neighborhood.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Yeah, your story is so much more than just a guy who jumps over cars and trucks and buses and things like that.
Yes.
There's so much about life that you bring into your story, and you go ahead and take it out and disperse it among the people in your life and the people who come to you. And I think it's just a beautiful thing.
You know, when I was younger, there was all these kids that were trying to become motorcycle jumpers because of Evel Knievel. There was a few guys that were kind of a little bit famous when Evel was doing it, but I kept watching Evel Knievel, studying him, trying to figure out what is making him different than everybody else. Why does he get $50,000, $100,000 for a jump, and these other people they jump for nothing almost just to be out there. And one thing I learned is, number one, it depends on how many people you can put in the grandstands.
Yeah.
If you cannot entertain the people, and when they leave, they haven't said that was the greatest show I've ever seen, you didn't do your job. So after I set the world record and I got hurt and I kind of wanted to shorten up my jumps a little bit, I started doing shows with monster trucks. and we brought out pyrotechniques, and that's why it's funny that they brought this picture up. That was my pyrotechniques behind me, and I had this little kid come up to me after I jumped over 2 monster trucks. He came up, he goes, "That was the greatest jump I ever saw." And I'm like, "You've seen Travis Pastrana do a double backflip, and that was the greatest jump you ever saw?" He goes, "Yeah, but he don't have the bombs, man." I was like, okay, so I learned something here. So like I say, always try to learn stuff as you're going along.
That's awesome. Going to take another quick break. We'll be right back with Doug.
The caution flag is out. Time for a break. We'll be right back with the Legends of Racing radio show. Welcome to Homewood Suites by Hilton in Daytona Beach. You're right in the middle of all the action. Daytona International Speedway, the airport, One Daytona, Florida's newest entertainment and retail destination, and of course, the world's most famous beach. You'll love our newly remodeled 1 and 2 bedroom suites, along with our popular King Studios. You won't need your full kitchen, as Homewood Suites Daytona serves up complimentary breakfast and evening social. It's like home away from home. Go to HomewoodDaytona.com for Homewood Suites by Hilton in Daytona Beach. We're back from where it all began. Racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. The Legends of Racing radio show continues with your host, Buzz McKim.
Hey!
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate that. 2 weeks from Sunday, March 15th, we have the 5th Annual Florida Short Track Racing Legends Reunion at the Roost at Crane Lakes, Crane Lakes Boulevard in Port Orange. The doors open at 8. The tickets are $50, and you can send a check to the Florida Short Track Racing Legends Reunion. Zetta Baker back there has all the information, and there she is. And it's going to be a great deal. This is neat. This is shining light on people who made their careers on the short tracks.
Yep.
And they never went for the big money, the big to-dos and all that stuff, but they just stayed at home and they did it right. And some of the folks that are going to be getting awards are Bruce Lawrence, Robbie Yoakum, JT Peacock, Tony Casada, David Button, Bud McCauley, Don Robertson. Boy, there's a character for you. Steve Whitener, Steve Moran, Dumont Smith, great man from the years gone past. Tom Duckworth, Pete Willoughby, Sue Roan, and Alltech Raceway. So if you're not doing anything on Sunday, March 15th, and it's just a really neat thing to do. And if you need more information, go ahead and check with Miss Zetta right there. So did you ever think about driving a race car?
No.
Oh, okay.
Too dangerous. Buzz, there's one thing that I did want to say. This is the first day of Bike Week. I want to welcome all the bikers down. But there's one thing that we have a certain amount of people that die every year here.
Yeah.
I want people to try to drink responsible. It's hard to say that because sometimes what happens is when you start drinking, you hit a point where you're not able to make conscious decisions of what you're doing. I want people to keep an eye on their friends. I'd like the bartenders to keep an eye on people to see if they're acting like they maybe shouldn't be driving. If it's a situation where somebody they shouldn't be driving, go over and ask them how they got here. But people, keep an eye on your friends. We don't want to lose any of you. We love all you bikers. This is such a great event down here. Let's make it bigger and better than it's ever been, and stay healthy and safe.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good words. That's for sure. Yeah, they started here in 1937. They first started up in Savannah. Then they moved to Daytona in 1937. Started the Daytona 200.
Oh, no kidding.
And the rest is history. They used to have, hundreds of bikes right here on the beach back in the day. And it was really more dangerous for the spectators than it was for the riders.
I saw the pictures.
they wiped out some spectators.
Oh, man.
On the south turn here, there was a big kind of a watchtower, more or less, the big platform up on telephone poles where the south turn announcer would stay, and then they had cameras set up and all that sort of thing. And they had mattresses wrapped around the telephone poles in case the bikers went off the turn, they wouldn't get as hurt. They'd hit the mattress and hopefully they'd limp away.
mattress. That's a good thing to slow you down from 70, 80, 100 miles an hour.
Right. Work like a champ.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Would you ever have considered racing? Like, if you had a chance to race back in the day on the beach here, do you think that would have been something?
Oh, man. I would. I wish I'd seen that, you know.
Yeah.
That was incredible. I've seen the videos and stuff, and it's just like they were really brave back then. You know?
Oh, man.
There's been daredevils since time began.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, what's interesting, you had Glenn Curtis, who had the first pilot's license in the country. Great aviation pioneer. He had a V8 twin motorcycle with an aircraft engine on it. In 1906, he ran 136 miles an hour on the beach, and a motorcycle didn't do that again until 1937. So, and this is 1906.
Wow.
And boy, he was braver than Dick Tracy. That's for sure.
That's fast.
Yeah, he was cranking.
And it's not like you're on a really good asphalt surface.
Oh no, no, not really.
Things change real quickly on a beach.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, well, this has been awesome. Yeah, we just always really enjoy whenever you come, and we thank you for your time and sharing your story.
Well, it's just the people here. You know, come on down to the North Turn. You're going to meet some really nice people. And like I say, you're sitting right on the beach. It doesn't get any better than this. This is the best place there is in Daytona to go in my eyes.
Amen. Nice and cool. Breeze wafting through, you know.
Yeah.
Smell the shrimp. Oh, it's wonderful.
Driving me crazy now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got a few folks we got to say thank you to for helping us put this on. We've got
Can
Danny
I say
over
one
here.
thing first, Buzz?
No.
I think
Yeah, go ahead.
there's one big takeaway today.
Yeah.
For you folks who've had a couple of cocktails with your lunch and watching the show, this is not Elvis. This is Doug Danger. Remember that. Hey!
Evil Knievel copied Elvis's suit.
Yeah.
He goes, I just want to make it so it's rideable on a motorcycle.
Oh, there you go.
It's showmanship.
Yeah. You ever get the itch to jump again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then I'll bend over to pick something up and say, no, maybe not.
What's the furthest you jumped?
42 cars,
Whoa.
251 feet. It was in the Guinness Book of World Records for 9 years.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
That's
it took
fantastic.
a little while to beat it. And it's nice to, you know, when I was growing up and I wanted to be a motorcycle jumper, anything I do, I want to be the best I can be at it. And to know that I beat every person, not just in my state or my country, the whole world. You know, it was quite an honor. I didn't get my plaque till I was in the hospital.
Oh, really?
Home. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh, but at least you got it, though, right?
Yeah, well, my wife hands it to me. She goes, I guess you want this. It's from Guinness Book of World Records. I said, what's that? She goes, they keep track of the people that do the best stuff in the world.
Wow.
I said, boy, I don't know what I used to do, but I was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we got Danny over there on the board, and we've got Mike over here with the sign. It's our farm team here doing a good job. We thank you, Bill and Tony, for your questions, and thank
Tony,
you,
Bill,
and thank you, Mom, for all you do and all you have done. We appreciate that. And anybody who'd like some of this really good stuff here on the table, come check us out. And there's also a computer set up here with some of Doug's jumps. If you want to come and watch the good and the bad, right?
Yeah, it's got it all.
Oh, man. Yeah, so come check us out.
Yeah, come get a book, or this is all I've got left with me till we get a new order in, but I've got some posters and I got some books, and I'll sign them all for you.
Yeah, check out the paint job on that helmet, too. It is spectacular.
this
Really
is the
neat.
one you need, folks. This is the inspiration.
It should be
Good words, great picture.
should be in every shop.
And Buzz, I want to thank you for both of you guys
you're
for
quite
all you
welcome.
guys have done here. This great show,
thank you.
keeping the memory and keeping racing what it is today. You know, without this kind of appearances and out in the public, things just fade away. And too many great things are fading away at this point. And it's guys like you and like you that keep this going, and it means so much to everybody out there.
Well, we sure
Just
appreciate
want you
that.
to
Thank
know
you.
that.
Yeah, that's what we're all about, trying to keep that history going.
Well,
and
we're
try-
here for
It's great
fun,
history.
and we have it every week because of guys like you.
Oh, absolutely. Hey,
Everybody having fun today? Is this not great?
wasn't he
Okay.
fantastic? Awesome.
I want to thank all of you for showing up because it's great audiences and great people. Without all of you, none of anything we do means anything. So without the spectators and coming out just having a drink and something to eat, want to listen to me blabber about my past, it's like we love having you out here. Thanks for coming, man. Thank you.
And Doug Danger, everybody. An amazing person.
Hey.
See you next week.
The Legends of Racing radio show originates live from the very spot where beach racing began. Racing's original North Turn Beach Bar and Grill. Join us next time